Hello, welcome back to All the Goods Piano. You can find me at allthegoodspiano@gmail.com. You can email me there, and you have a free trial lesson. But as promised, I've got back to the Well Tempered Clavier, or das Well Tempered Clavier, and this is going to be Preludium, or Prelude number 1. By Bach. My copy is very shredded. I've been playing it for 40 years. Again, if you do get this music, if you get the score, get the Henley edition. It's a German pressing, and it doesn't have anything except what Bach wrote. A lot of these editions of this piece and Bach in general have all this editors, and they don't look good. The Henley edition with Bach is a little more expensive, but they're just beautiful. Beautiful blue cover. Printing is beautiful, easy to read. It's clear, nothing that, it's called urtext, so it contains nothing that Bach didn't write. Okay, let's get to this. So I covered the first 4 measures. Now we're going to cover measures 5 through 8. Again, just to review, the Preludium has almost a parallel thing. All the Bach preludes kind of have an echo or a parallel thing going on. So in this case, you're playing everything twice. I'll just go over the first 4 measures. And a couple things to keep in mind. Generally, the first time you play it, it's a little stronger, and the second time is like an echo. It's not a dramatic difference, but it's a very subtle difference that makes a difference. Otherwise, no pun intended, but if you play it exactly the same twice, it gets really boring. So again, like an echo. Also, in this piece, you can tell that it's so well written, and it's like the stars, it's like a constellation. You can play it every day a different way. You can play it and never get bored of it your whole life. And yet it's a very easy and simple beginning piece of music. What else do I have to say about it? Also, you can take different tempos, and it still sounds good. You can take a really slow tempo. It's amazing. Or you can take, the Glenn Gould style, where he plays it really fast. And it still sounds amazing. So there's a lot of versatility in this piece. Okay, so with that in mind, also, there's one more thing. A lot of students tend to hit the last note of the phrase louder. They go like this. Like, I'm done. Okay, I'm done. No, it's a light let go. You have to lift and not accent the last note. Of course, I'm exaggerating a little bit, but there's a breath there. There's a small breath between the 2 parallel motifs. A slightly larger breath between the 2 measures. So that makes it gives it texture, and it's also better for the listener. It's almost like grammar. You have a comma and a period. Each measure, a comma and a period. A comma between the 2 same motifs, and a period between the measures. So let's get into the rest of the lessons. I'm going to cover measures 5 through 8. Here, 5, we have an A minor. So we're going to do the same fingering we did in the beginning of 3-1 on C and E. Then we're going to do, we have an octave, A octave with a fifth in between, so A, E, A. And the fingering will be 1 on A, 3 on E, 5 on A. And you're gonna think of like almost rolling the dough or rolling over, rotation. Don't play like a stiff hand and just play with your typewriter fingers. It gets a harshness. You're gonna play halfway with your fingers and halfway with the movement of your hand. Especially with this big octave. Before you start, you almost wanna make your hand like you're holding a big ball, because if you've got that big octave there, and then you're going to kind of rotate around the ball. Now he's going to contract a little bit here, but we're still going to use 3-1 because it gives you a better sound. It gives you a little bit of height and weight on these notes, especially the first one. So we're going to do measure 6 is C and D, 3-1. If I do 2-1, it flattens my hand, you get a flatter sound. Of course, 2-1 kind of makes sense, you just have 2 notes, but 3-1, you get this arch, you get this lift, you get this little bit of air underneath. You get a much better sound than 2-1. So we're going to use 3-1. And then we have this D major 7, so we got C and D, 3-1, and then F sharp with 1, A with 2, and 5 on the D. So again, 3 on C, 1 on D, 1 in the right hand on F sharp, 2 on A, 5 on D. And make sure you kind of have an arch with your hands. Don't play flat. That's why we're doing 3-1, 1, 2, 5. It's going to be like a little igloo shape, and then you're going to roll. Again, lift off the last note, don't accent it. Don't go. Okay, so now we're going to move our 3 down to B, keep the 1 over the D, and we have a G major chord. It's going to be 3 on B, 1 on D in the left hand. In the right hand, we have an octave with a fifth again. So we're going to have this 1, 3, 5. Same as we did on A, E, A, except now we're going to move it down 1 note to G, D, G. Same template. So again, 3 on B, 1 on D, 1 on G, 3 on D, 1 on G. Big hand here. Now we're going to contract. So he has this sort of pattern here in measures 5 through 8 is expansion, contraction, expansion, so we're going to do measure 8 now, the last measure of this lesson. I'm going to still, my 3 is already on B, so I'm just going to do the 3-1 again, because again, I think a 3-2 doesn't make sense. A 3-2-1 might make sense because you're going to A next. But I'm just going to use a 3-1 because it gives you a nice arch and a tone. Puts weight over the notes. It doesn't flatten or collapse the hand. So I'm going to do 3 on B, 1 on C. And then we have a C chord here. We got C, E, G, C with the B, so C7. So we got B, C, 3-1, 1 on E, 2 on G, 5 on C. So C, B, 3, 1, 1, 2, 5. It'll sound like this. He's got a little bit of tension there, but it's going to resolve the next measure. So we have expansion, contraction, and tension. Then we have resolution and expansion, then contraction and tension. And the next measure he'll release a little bit of it. And then a big D7 chord. But we'll cover that in the next lesson. So again, like and subscribe. Please support the channel, pass it on. This is All the Goods Piano, allthegoodspiano.com, allthegoodspiano@gmail.com. Email me if you want a free trial lesson. That's it. Hope you have a good day. Bye.